Hey everyone, it's Brady from the Hot Take Sports Podcast. Today we'd like to thank the first ever sponsor of the podcast, Rowdy Energy. For those who have never heard of Rowdy Energy, Rowdy is a green tea based energy drink that comes in 9 flavors, 6 of which are keto diet approved, while the other 3 have 60% less sugar. Rowdy's main goal is to produce a cleaner and healthier energy drink for not just athletes, but for everyone. The flavors are strawberry lemonade, cotton candy, chiseled ice, which is kind of like a cherry flavor, peach mango, sour green apple, orange citrus, cherry limeade, and the newly unveiled flavors of blue raspberry and grape. The 3 60% less sugar flavors are orange citrus, cherry limeade, and grape, and the other 6, as I previously mentioned, are zero sugar and keto diet approved. My personal favorite flavor is strawberry lemonade. I've never really been a big tea person, but to me, Rowdy Energy is pretty good. If you haven't given Rowdy a try, you definitely should. For our more local listeners, you can find Rowdy at Meijer, Casey's, or Brinkman's. Once again, thank you to Rowdy for sponsoring today's episode. Now, without further ado, we'll hand it over to the guys for today's episode. Alright, welcome back to Hot Take Sports, episode 25. We're going to do our MLB episode here. A little bit of season update. And primarily going to be the MLB Trade Deadline. As that was the 30th this year, because the 31st was a Saturday. I'll speak for Isaac and Clayton. The Indians are 51-50. Woo! Somehow above 500.
Good job, squad.
They've made some changes, but we'll get to that'll actually be one of the more first parts of our episode. And then Matt, the Cardinals are 52-52.
What have I been saying that we are for the last 3 years?
Old and average.
Alright, just average. Alright, calm down. I haven't been saying we're old for the last 3 years.
I guess that's true.
Holding on to old veterans for too long.
That too.
Just one of them.
Anyway, I'm just gonna say the division leaders. The White Sox are 61-44. The Braves are 63-42. They're a half game on the Red Sox. The Red Sox are obviously not far behind. The Astros 64-41. The Mets. The NL East is so weird. The Mets have a 4-game lead, and they're what? They're 7 games over 500. The Braves have a losing record, they're in second place. The Brewers are in first in the NL Central. Then the Giants lead baseball with 65 wins. I did not picture the Giants. I definitely didn't think that the Giants would be in first place, especially not the first team to 65 wins.
Not in that division. The Padres are still going to win the World Series, so it doesn't really matter that much, but it's just a bump in the road.
Also, while we're on the NL list, our last MLB episode, I guess, really back in April, or at least our first one of the season, we played Overreaction, and I said the Rockies would be the worst team in Major League history. Well, I just had the wrong team. I had the right division. The Diamondbacks have been historically bad. Set a record 23 straight road losses, and at one point were 3-40 over a 43-game stretch.
That's how long it's been since we recorded. The entire Diamondbacks losing streak.
That's just how hard the Locust grind has been, folks.
But yeah, just a true dumpster fire of an organization this year. They're not really doing anything right. Everything's kind of going wrong. At one point, they lost to the Dodgers 23-1, and they just tweeted out, "Y'all know where to find the score. Good night."
Quite literally, yeah. That was a very hilarious tweet, by the way.
What else are you supposed to say? Your organization is literally at the bottom of the food chain in every aspect of the game of baseball. So what is the point in even trying to make a positive out of losing 23-1 to one of the best teams in the league?
Yeah. The Dodgers are having their own struggles in their own right. They've had the injury bug. They've had the...
Their pitchers are all injured or injuring people.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a
great way to put it.
That's one way of putting it, I guess.
Okay, Clayton. Give us a Trevor Bauer update.
Trevor Bauer
Oh
is
yeah, there is no update.
Yeah,
currently on
his
administrative
hearing,
leave.
like I said, his hearing got postponed again. That's all you need to know.
You
Yeah.
say administrative leave is like, he had a kid or something, or
I mean, that's
I mean, that's what
family
he's
member
on.
died.
that's technically what it's
I was gonna
called,
say,
right?
he went on legitimate administrative leave for like the last month.
Yeah, he ain't going back.
The Dodgers don't even want him back. All the players called him an outcast in their clubhouse.
Well, yeah.
Have you seen what he does with his free time?
Oh, well, no. Apparently, he was actually somewhat
What?
well-liked
Or who?
well-liked in the Dodgers clubhouse.
Didn't you just say he was an outcast?
They just came out and said that the other day. I mean, I had to look
Now
up.
he is.
I had to look up what the term pariah meant. I mean, outcast. Because the tweet said Dodgers don't want Trevor Bauer back. Also have said that he is now a pariah in the clubhouse. I didn't know what pariah meant.
I've never heard the word before, so hey, you learn
Yep.
something new every day.
There you go.
Hot Take Sports word of the day: pariah,
Pariah.
outcast,
Yes.
not enjoyed by the group,
Anyway.
set off to the side, cast out.
Speaking of cast out, the baseball team up in Cleveland cast out their old name.
I was kind of wondering where you were gonna go with that.
That wasn't bad.
Cast out as the worst team in history.
Anyway,
Oh, it's Diamondbacks. That's my bad.
I'll say, what are your guys' thoughts on the Cleveland Guardians?
Like the name
Team or the name? Team or rebrand?
We'll go rebrand and then the team.
Do you want us to go around first, or do you want us to give both opinions?
I'll go first.
We're gonna go this way, starting with Matt, and we're gonna go with the rebrand first, and then we'll discuss the team.
Like you want to go around once?
Yes,
And
we're
then
gonna
we'll
go
go
around
around
with the rebrand, and then we're gonna go around again with the opinion.
Okay.
So that way
Rebrand.
you can have time to formulate your Guardians opinion.
I don't mind the name Guardians. It makes sense. Once Clayton explained it to me, it was, I don't know, probably 6 months ago at this point, maybe.
It was a while
When,
ago.
when he taught me why they would be named the Guardians, if
Yeah.
that were to be the name. And it makes sense. I've heard a lot of people still complain about it a lot. But, I mean, it makes sense to me. It's cool. It's
It seems like more of the people that are complaining too aren't Indians Guardians fans. You know, it's like people on the outside looking in. I guess.
Yeah.
That's true.
At least
There's a
at
lot
least
of
in
that.
my experience.
I actually drove over that bridge because Blake and I were looking for him on the way in, and we were coming in on like I-90, and Blake was like, "Oh look, if you look like right down there, like past the highway, you can see him." I'm like, "Oh, you can." And then there was like way more people in Cleveland than we thought, so I took the long way, and I was like, "Wait a minute, we're on the Guardians Bridge. They're just right there." They are massive, but they're awesome looking. They're awesome to look at.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess that made me like the Navy even more. Kind of ruined the around the circle portion, but yeah.
It's all right.
It happens.
Isaac, you can go next.
I mean, I like the name. I'll get to the logo once we go around again.
No,
That's what we're doing right now. I just didn't want to steal it for you because you already tried to say it 7 times.
Yeah. The logo needs to be
This needs to be better.
It just needs to be better. It's bad. It looks like a kindergarten could have done better. It's bad.
A
I think it's
kindergarten,
just
like
the
the
G
whole
that's
class,
bad.
or just one?
Yes.
I don't mind the new font. The G is just horrendous. Personally.
The fastball, quote unquote,
The Guardians fastball, yeah.
with the wings on the sides of, or the G wings on
It's
the
literally
sides of
just
it.
Captain America's helmet.
It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, especially since the point of it was their rich history of elite pitching, and then they've blown like 3 saves in the last 2 weeks since they announced it.
Shout out to you, James Karinchak. Shout out to you. Beat him to it. Wrecked.
Oh no, that wasn't even erect. I was gonna try to think of some way to just like trash him. I was like, there's nothing you could possibly put with Karen Jack. There's nothing.
Well,
All the
we got the win tonight. That's what matters.
Yeah,
Well, the
because
po-
Classe came in and
I was
saved
gonna say
everyone.
because they benched Karinchak after 3 batters.
Yeah. Well,
Nick
needed.
Sandler's been really good.
Batters come in and like to Karen Jack him over the fence off of him.
There you go. Thank you. Needed that. Anyway, Clayton, have you seen Nick Sandlin's like motion?
No.
Do you remember Joe Smith from like way back when?
Yeah.
It's like that, but more in and sharper. It's
Okay.
It's kind of terrifying. Like I watched him pitch against the Cardinals. I think he struck out the side
Nice.
with absolute filth. It was great.
That's not saying much.
And it was the top of their order though, which is actually good.
We'll
That doesn't change anything.
I'm gonna say my opinion on the logo.
Anyway, go.
Logo and rebrand now.
Go.
I like the name Guardians. I was not a fan of spiders, to be completely honest. There's so many more ways to blow that, in my opinion. Like you could have blown
Ask James
logos.
Karinchak.
You forced that one. That
I did.
one wasn't there.
Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, continue.
I like Guardians. It's a Cleveland thing. That's what I like.
Well, obviously, it's already a roller derby team.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You haven't seen that?
Nah.
Oh man, I've never looked up for you.
Okay,
Keep talking.
just you wait
But-
until the money comes out.
As you guys, I don't really care for the logo. It's not my favorite. I'm more happy that we picked the Guardians than I am upset about our
Oh, look at
less
that.
than stellar
Series
logo.
suggested website. ClevelandGuardians.com.
Nice.
Now recruiting for their 2022 season for their roller hockey team. I wonder if you can buy gear.
The logos are better, so might as well.
Well, geez, their website's worse than ours. Check it out at hottakesports.online.
But yeah, like I said, I'm more happy that we picked the name Guardians than I am upset about our less than good logo.
Yeah.
However, having Tom Hanks narrate our intro video was that was good. That was an intelligent decision by our front office.
Might be the first intelligent decision by our front office in a while.
I know. They don't happen very often, but when they do, it's typically not baseball related.
Yeah. I mean, the new logo.
Oh, look, there's even a comparison. Look, this is what they should look like in red and dark blue. Here's what they do look like. It really is a cool logo, though. It's got the guy with the helmet with the wings. That's exactly what the Indians logo should be.
Kind of like the Vikings logo, but different. Like
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
That
Same,
that
but
same
different.
side.
Yes.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Mugshot, not mugshot.
No. Side. Nope.
You're talking about the Redskins' old logo?
No.
I mean, yeah, same thing. Like the side face.
Side profile.
Profile. Profile is the word I'm looking for. Hey, we found it that time. Thank you, Brady.
I got you.
Yes, the side profile.
The Indians didn't trade Jose Ramirez at the trade deadline, so
That's true. Thank you for bringing that up, Clay. That's where we're going now. The MLB Trade Deadline was
Interesting.
the 30th. I mean, there was quite a few trades leading up. The Yankees, most notably, they added Joey Gallo from the Rangers, Anthony Rizzo from the Cubs, and Andrew Heaney from the Angels.
Then we have the.
Rip Joey's beard, bro.
Yeah,
yeah,
Joey.
seriously, that dude looks weird without a beard.
That
Got him.
Weird without a beard.
We should start a thing that says, "Flee Joey Gallo's beard."
Flea?
There's a flea at Joey Gallo's beard. I'd probably shave mine too.
You set yourself up for that, bro.
I know.
You hung the curveball.
How about
I don't know what
just
you want me to do.
just free Joey Gallo? Doesn't have to be just free. Anyway, Anthony Rizzo was 2 for 2 with a home run in games as a Yankee.
I do have an interesting tidbit about Joey Gallo. Weeks, months, something ago, earlier in the season, Derek Jeter was on a broadcast for the Yankees game, and the one guy was talking about them bringing in Joey Gallo before the deadline, and how he thought it'd be a great move, and he goes, "Don't you think Joey Gallo would be the perfect guy for the Yankees right now?" And he looks at him and goes, "No, absolutely not." He's like, "Too much swing and miss?" He's like, "Yeah. You need contact guys. You need guys that will get base hits and get on base for your big bats." And then, they did trade for Joey Gallo. That was strike one. Strike two, everybody was like, he better not walk in here thinking he's going to wear number 13, because that was the world's greatest baseball player's Derek Jeter's number, and he can't touch that. Guess what number he's wearing?
Alex Rodriguez is number 13, yeah.
I said Derek Jeter, didn't I?
That's okay.
Fucking A. That's fine.
That's okay. Don't like it's Alex Rodriguez anyway.
I don't like A-Fraud or Derek Jeter, so...
Yep, you don't like the owner of the
Promise
T-Wolves
to
or the Marlins. Correct.
You're right. I really said the wrong guy. The Yankees have two actual famous names ever.
More than two, that's for sure,
No,
unfortunately.
they only have two. A-Fraud and Jeter.
At least in our generation.
Yeah.
That is
Barely
indeed
even
true.
counting for our generation.
But, I mean, Anthony Rizzo, I thought the Cubs would keep Anthony Rizzo, personally.
What?
I thought the Cubs would keep Anthony Rizzo and extend him. I really did.
To be completely honest, I think they probably should have kept him just for fan service. I mean,
Should've
what's
kept-
the point in going to a Cubs game now? Who do they have?
Jason Hayward and Wilson Contreras.
Yep. And
Yeah,
Kyle
that's pretty
Hendricks. Yeah, pretty much. I was going to say, looking at this list of trades by team, the Cubs is the longest. They traded Craig Kimbrell to the White Sox for Nick Madrigal, which was surprising because Madrigal just came up with the White Sox, I think it was last year. He tore his ACL, so
I was gonna say he's
He's
been
out
hurt
this
all
year.
season, hasn't he?
yeah, he can be their second baseman in the future. The Cubs traded Javier Baez to the Mets and only got one prospect out of it.
Well, Javi's been bad this year. His value's down. And he
But
wants
it was
a crap
also a
ton
top
of money.
5 prospect, though, which is part of the... I was so confused.
Well, I mean, that's a
Um,
win.
and then Chris Bryant to the Giants. I don't think Chris Bryant's even going to play third base. I think he's going to play left field.
Yeah, he'll play the outfield.
Yeah.
Evan Longoria has been resurging this year, so Chris Bryant's going to pretty much be in left.
You know who should have been resurging this year? The world's greatest baseball player, Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah. We'll,
Go down
Well-
as a Guardians legend.
we'll get there right
the
now.
First Guardians player ever traded for. He should have his number retired. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, that's true.
He
The
served
Cleveland
for like 15 minutes.
That's true. The Cleveland Guardians did go out and make 4 trades. Deadline weekend, trade Cesar Hernandez to the rival White Sox. Don't even get me started. For minor leaguer Connor Pilkington.
Brady, how do you feel about that trade?
Well, I mean, I've heard good things about Connor Pilkington, but I'm not very happy that we traded Cesar Hernandez to the White Sox.
Why?
Especially because now they're going to keep him because they traded Madrigal. Then we dumped Eddie Rosario on the Braves for Pablo Sandoval, and followed up with cutting him an hour later. Not a fan. Fake team. No. Cut the legend Pablo Sandoval.
Well, to you, they are a fake team. Because they're still the Indians till 2022, guys. Just start saying Guardians.
Anyway, Pablo Sandoval was a guardian for an hour.
For the first time.
I've
No, you haven't.
said it on and off. I've said it.
Oh, no, you
Every
haven't.
day in the press box. Did you see what the Indians? Guardians!
They're the Guardians.
No, they're not the Guardians till 2022. The Guardians, Brady.
Clayton, you really called them the Indians earlier. I don't want to hear that, did you?
Well, yeah, we're still in the habit.
Yeah, I'm allowed to call them the Indians. We just give you crap because you refuse to acknowledge that they have a new name now.
No, I'm literally acknowledged they have a new name. It's just not a new name until 2022. That's literally what it says. Anyway. Then they traded Phil Maton and a minor league catcher for Miles Straw, an outfielder from the Astros, who has some pretty plus speed. I guess he about stole a ball from Big Harold in right field tonight. So, shut off the wheels.
Straw's good defensively, but he's not going to exactly help ignite the
It's true.
Guardians
Like I said,
offense.
Our offense has been struggling.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they have.
It's been struggling all year. That's been our main problem.
Everyone but
Entire
Fran
season.
Reyes right now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Literally, the Indians podcast that I listened to, their morning article was titled, Fred Reyes can't do this alone. Because he literally had a home run and a 2-run single last night. Like, he was literally our entire offense last night.
Well, he's there to hit. That's his job. That's all he should be doing.
It's not San Diego where he actually has to play defense every day anymore.
Exactly.
And then we did also trade Jordan Luplow to Tampa Bay for a minor league pitcher.
That's
not
only
a
for
fan.
another season, anyways.
Yeah.
Universal DH, yay.
The Mariners interested me. because they're like kind of in a wild card spot. Then they traded away their best reliever and kind of lost their clubhouse because he was one of like their clubhouse mainstays, and they traded him to the Astros in the middle of the series with the Astros. Their GM is just confusing to me.
I don't think that's how you should trade.
I don't know. He's one of the most prolific traders since like Trader Frank Lane, like from way back in the Indians history books. Jerry DiPoto literally made a trade from a hospital bed a couple years ago during the winter meetings.
Why not?
I mean, trades. I mean, it is his job.
I mean, clearly he had time. He wasn't going anywhere else.
That's true.
I mean, there are a few other trades. The Marlins and Athletics. Starlin Marte for Jesus Luzardo, straight up. That one was interesting.
It's a weird trade.
That is a weird trade.
Luzardo's had a rough year, though. He's still young,
true.
though. And Marte's been playing out of his mind recently.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Jan Gomes and Josh Harrison got traded to the Athletics. Oh, this one was big. Jose Barrios got traded from the Twins to the Blue Jays for 2 of the Blue Jays' top 5 prospects.
That's
For a year and a half of Jose Barrios.
I was going to say, the Blue Jays are just trying to win now.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because they're not... I mean, they're still, 5-6 games out of a wild card
So
spot.
they're in 4th place. I know.
Don't they still have a young, decent core, too?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's better than decent.
Some dude named something like that.
Gladdy Ferrero?
Yeah, Guillermo something.
Vladdy Ferrari?
I think he's Italian.
Yeah, Vladdy Ferrari.
Italian sounds right.
Gladdy Ferrari.
I think he's a third, too.
No, it's
I thought he was a
fifth.
9th.
He's the 5th. Oh, yeah. He might have hit one in the 9th.
In case you haven't picked up on it, we're talking about Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they have a good young
They have a
core.
really good young core.
Dante,
And their catcher's coming.
Bo.
Their young
Bo
catcher is
Bichette.
coming. They have a good young catcher. He's coming.
Having a rough night with
The
names.
Blue Jays are in
said Dante Bichette instead of Bo Bichette.
4th place in the division. They're 8 games back. Yeah, Tampa Bay and Boston, the Yankees and the Blue Jays, and then the Orioles are just clear down here. So the Yankees could technically still finish in the bottom 2 of the division, like I predicted back in April. That is still possible.
We also haven't brought up that Tampa Bay added Nelson Cruz.
That's
that
true.
That's huge.
That was a bit ago, but that was obviously between our last recordings. So,
And
he's been good for them so far.
Yeah.
Toronto's 3.5 out of the wild card spot.
Fair enough.
That's not terrible. That's
No.
doable for sure.
absolutely. It's
Boston
half
has
the
4
season.
games ahead of the 2nd seed. Oakland is the 2 seed in the wild card. The Yankees and Mariners both 2.5 out. Then the Blue Jays are 3.5. Cleveland is 5.5. And then the Angels are 6.
Neither of our teams are really that far out of playoff contention.
No.
I said
No, but
the
the
Cardinals
Indians aren't
trail only the Padres and the Reds for the wild card, and therein lies the problem.
Starting rotation averages an age of 37. If we
That's
make
true.
it, they're gonna fall apart before
Yes.
then, anyways.
Matt, would you like to talk about your trade?
No, I wouldn't.
The
John
Cardinals.
Gant was crap, but J.A. Happ also been crap. John Lester just continues to increase our starting rotation age.
That's
we
true.
didn't win anything at the trade deadline.
Yeah. The Nationals went in full sell mode as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of John
Straight
Lester.
to the Dodgers.
Yes, Max Scherzer and Trey Turner to the Dodgers. That one's a huge one.
This was the most active trade deadline in MLB history,
Something like that, yeah.
and the winners were so obvious.
Dodgers.
I mean,
Padres.
the Dodgers, Padres, Yankees, and Giants, I would say all won.
Yeah.
The Giants added Chris Bryant. I don't know if we really dove into the depths of that.
I was
So
gonna say
it was-
I mentioned that.
It was mentioned, but yeah. We talked about how he's probably going to play. We think he'll play left field, not third, because there's no reason for him to play third.
Well, say left field's been the Giants' really struggle spot this year.
Yeah. But then,
yeah.
of course, the Nationals won because they added a bunch of prospects. The Cubs won because they added a bunch of prospects. The Indians won because they didn't get rid of their all-star.
That's true. The Indians and Royals, neither one traded their mainstay.
But the biggest losers, I mean, I don't know if the Cardinals would be the biggest loser, but they didn't do great because they didn't do anything. So we could have either sold and continued to get younger. Tyler O'Neill, Harrison Bader, kind of start to build around them. Try to get a few more younger guys to replace our starting pitchers and our catcher for next year.
Yeah.
Kind of start doing that. Or we could have bought in and tried to make a playoff push. Well, we didn't do either one. We just decided we were going to hold off for another year, which is what we've done for the past
5.
When did we win our last World Series? 2009? So, yeah, pretty much since then.
2011? 2011. Yeah.
Sure.
2009 was the last time the Yankees won, actually.
Okay.
Anyway.
But then, I was still talking.
Sorry.
Who do you think
I thought you were done.
You think you can just help me with one fact because I'm horrible with baseball history and all of a sudden it's your turn to talk?
No.
That's usually how it goes. So.
I know.
But the biggest loser in the entire trade deadline has to be not a team, but a player.
Yes!
A certain guy named Trevor Story.
Correct. Yeah, Trevor Story was very unhappy that he still calls Denver, Colorado home.
He will definitely be gone this offseason.
Well, from everything I've been hearing, the interim Rockies general manager, because there was a bunch of front office issues back before the start of the season, so they just have an interim one. He's more of a draft pick favored kind of guy. So if he wasn't getting a good enough offer, he was just going to keep it and take the comp pick. So poor Trevor Story. He has to play there in Colorado for the next 2 months.
Okay, so if you're Trevor Story, you've got 2 routes you can take. You can either A, take your anger out on the baseball, play out of your mind, and get your value up for next year.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's not taking any offer that Colorado gives him. I mean, that's just...
Oh, naturally.
They could literally give him a better contract than what Bryce Harper and Mike Trout have. And he's still probably not going to take it from them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or you can voice your concerns and take a George Hill on the Thunder route and stuff like that and just not play the rest of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So which do you take?
Oh, you up your value.
Oh, yeah, you have to up your value.
I honestly would say I'm done.
It just shows you have a bad attitude, in my opinion.
I was going to say, that's going to turn teams
I get why he's doing that. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. But, as a general manager, the most fundamental concept of sports is you play to win. Regardless of what you have, what your team looks like, you play the game to win.
Yeah, for sure.
But there is still the risk of him lowering his value.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, if he doesn't hit well, his dollar count goes down. If he starts hitting less home runs, dollar count goes down. Errors go up, dollar count goes down. Gets hurt,
yeah,
dollar count goes down. I mean, that's the big one. What if he, tears something in his arm by the end of the season?
Yeah.
And then he's got to go into his free agent year saying, "Don't worry, I'll be able to heal from this."
Yeah, that's...
I mean, Trevor Story's not exactly a prospect anymore. I mean,
yeah, he's 27, 28.
The reason I say you just stay down, you're helping the Rockies get a better draft pick.
No, you're not. It's all the same little window, regardless. No matter how you play, it's still the same spot. Staying down doesn't do anything. Might as well play.
What do you mean?
You said
they're still gonna have the number 1 pick?
Well, no, you get a comp pick between round 1 and 2, so it really doesn't matter.
You get a what?
You get a compensation pick at the end of round 1, and how the free agent plays doesn't matter. It's just kind of randomly assigned. Yeah, the MLB draft is weird.
MLB draft is horrid.
The MLB draft is literally pointless. It's such a crapshoot. You never know who's actually going to make the bigs. As long as you get drafted, you have a shot.
Unless you're taken from 2011 and weren't drafted by the Mariners, because it seems like everybody in that draft turned into an all-star. Which is wild.
Again, it's still a crapshoot.
Oh, well, yeah, of course it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. For those of you who've never seen the meme, I think like 12 of the first 13 picks have made All-Star games from 2011. It's wild. But, yeah. I think we covered most of it. The Nationals tore down. Poor Trevor Story. The Padres struck out in the pitching market. They did not add any starters.
Yeah, which is surprising.
Well, and they were supposed to add Scherzer, but the deal never got done.
Well, no, he's playing a little north, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll figure that part out.
It's a little tough there for San Diego. Well, I mean, yeah, that's really about it. The Rockies sat on their hands and did nothing, as we were talking about. That's really it. 2 months left. Pete Alonso won the home run derby back-to-back. He hit 35 home runs in the first round. Shohei actually did not do that great. He lost in the first round of the home run derby.
In his defense, he doesn't take BP.
That's fair. That's fair. And I can't remember exactly what happened to the All-Star game, but Vladdy Jr. won MVP, so congrats to Vladdy Jr. and congrats to Pete Alonso. So, as we sit here on August 1st, Clayton, I know your World Series pick is still the same.
Yeah.
Who was your World Series pick originally?
The St. Louis Cardinals?
Are you changing it now?
No! I still have full confidence.
Your response supposed to be, yes, I'm changing it to this, and why?
I don't know.
I didn't need the sarcasm.
It's a crapshoot. Not the Yankees. Not the Mets. Nobody in New York or California.
I like that. That's a hot take. Hello down there.
I'm gonna say the Giants.
The
Why?
New York Giants?
No.
Oh, okay.
San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To see if you think about it.
Hey man, Danny Dimes probably go out there and play center field.
I bet he throws a fastball better than he throws a spiral.
Well, that ain't very hard. I would sure hope he can. He can't throw a freaking spiral to save his life.
That's for a later episode.
But yeah,
The Giants are a legit pick.
they're definitely a surprise team, I'd say.
Oh,
I
I
don't
agree.
want to pick the Padres. I definitely don't want to pick
Dodgers?
Dodgers.
I don't want to pick the Giants. You just should pick the Giants.
Dodgers. Dodgers are. They have too many good players. They just need to lose.
Well,
Yeah,
That's
they-
legit.
I mean, they're
It's
just
like
the Yankees of the West.
We'll see.
Bye, 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 bye.
When I picked the Dodgers to win the World Series, I didn't think about them trading for, Scherzer and Trey Turner at the deadline. That wasn't quite on the agenda. Also, Trevor Bauer being in the middle of Timbuktu also wasn't on the agenda.
I hope Trey Turner doesn't stay in LA.
He has to next year. He's stuck there next year. Then after that, I think he's probably gonna leave.
All right, this concludes episode 25 of the Hot Take Sports Podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed listening to us talk some baseball here for a little bit. Tune in next time as we talk about NFL fantasy football, one of my personal favorite topics we cover on this podcast. We'll see you guys next time, and remember to follow us on all social medias at Hot Take Sports 16.
And check out our website, hottakesports.online.